Good morning, students. Welcome to Social Science Class 8. Today we start with History, Unit 5, Educational Development in India. In this chapter, we are going to deal with the ancient system of education in India and to understand the development of education in medieval India. Children, as we know, knowledge is the third eye of man. To gain this knowledge, education plays a vital role. Education is a continuous process of acquiring and sharing of knowledge, skills, and values as the world we live is constantly changing and developing. So, to meet the challenges and to overcome the obstacles, we need to be well educated. Let us learn the development of education in India through the ages. Do you know, children, how this education concept was originated? Yes, the concept of education might have originated from the Vedas. The literal meaning of the Sanskrit word Veda is knowledge, and the word derived from the word Vid, which means to know. Actually, children, our ancient education system emphasized on values such as truthful, discipline, self-reliance, and respect for all creations. The various sources of learning were from the writings of Panini, Aryabhatta, Katyayana, and Patanjali. Medical treatises of Charaka and Sushruta were also some of the sources of learning. They taught various disciplines such as history, logic, interpretation, architecture, polity, agriculture, trade, commerce, animal husbandry, archery, and physical education. Do you know, children, ancient education system in India was Gurukula system. During the early period, education was imparted by the teachers who was known as Guru or Acharya to the peoples who gathered around him and came to live in his house as members of his family. This was known as Gurukula system of education. The main objectives was to have complete learning, leading a disciplined life and realizing one's inner potential. In Gurukulam, students lived away from their homes for years together till they achieved their goals. Children, many monasteries and viharas were set up for monks and nuns. Around these viharas, other educational centers of higher learning developed, which attracted students from China, Korea, Tibet, Burma, Ceylon, Java, Nepal, and other distant countries. Through these viharas and monasteries, Buddhist scholars carried out the educational work. As a result, many famous educational centers came into existence. Among the most notable universities that emerged during that period were situated at Taxila, Nalanda, Vallabhi, Vikramasila, Odandapuri, and Jagadala. These universities developed in connection with the viharas. The ancient Nalanda University was a center of learning from the 5th century AD to 12th century AD. It was one of the oldest universities of the world, and UNESCO declared the ruins of Nalanda Mahavira a World Heritage Site. And then Taxila was also an ancient Indian city which is now in northwestern Pakistan. It is an important archaeological site and UNESCO declared it was a World Heritage Site in 1980. Children, teacher who was known as Guru had complete autonomy in all aspects from selection of students to designing their syllabi. When the teacher was satisfied with the performance of the student, the course concluded. He would admit as many students as he liked and taught what his students were keen to learn. Do you know, children, medieval period witnessed a radical transformation with introduction of Muslim education in the Indian subcontinent. The aim of education during medieval period was the illumination and extension of knowledge. In the 11th century, the Muslim rulers established elementary and secondary schools. There was an excellent interaction between Indian and Islamic traditions in all fields of knowledge like theology, religion, philosophy, fine arts, painting, architecture, mathematics, medicine, and astronomy. However, the system of education in medieval India was under the control of ulama. There were two levels or stages of education during the medieval period. They are Maktab and Madrasa. Children, Maktab was the primary school in which students learn reading, writing, and basic Islamic prayers. And Madrasa, which was a secondary school, were established to teach advanced language skills. Several madrasas were set up by sultans and nobles. The main objectives of these madrasas was to train and to educate the scholars who would become eligible for the civil service. Do you know, children? Iltutmish was the first ruler to establish a madrasa at Delhi during his rule. Gradually, many madrasas came into existence. History states that Arab and Central Asian people brought Muslim educational models to India in both the medieval and early modern periods. Women education in India was prevalent during the medieval period. Raja Jai Singh of Jaipur encouraged learning of scientific subjects. Besides, many institutions were started by private individuals as well. In the later medieval era, the British came to India and introduced English education. With the coming of European missionaries, Western education made firm advances in the country. Children, we will learn more interesting topics briefly about modern system of education in our next chapter. Thank you.